There we go.
Well, live now. Tweet.
Live
Tweet, tweet.
now. Live now. Live now. What is this information thingy in the upper right hand corner? Oh. Hello.
Yeah,
Very
the little
quiet
guide.
today. Hello, everybody. How are you
Well,
all doing
we've
today?
been sitting here talking long enough for the music to open. I think it's like a 15-minute long track, so yeah. 15, sorry, not 50. It's not that
Oh,
bad.
not even 15. We've only been talking for like 4 or 5 minutes.
Really? I
Well,
don't
maybe it
believe it.
has been 15, because, yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. Sorry. Hi, everybody.
Main menu, theme.
We are...
It's 9 minutes, 39 seconds long.
Gotcha. We're back with more Disco Elysium.
I know.
Normally this is going to be on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Today was an exception because I originally was not going to be working this week for Amazon again because I was switching jobs. And then it turned out that the other place I was going to be going to lied about the job I was going to be doing. And so I said, all right, bye. No, thank you. And then I went and talked with my boss, and he was like, dude, if you're having a hard time, just let us know. What can we do? And I was like, can I get a new schedule? And he said, sure, let's fix it up. So there we go. Turns out that as horrible and disgusting as Amazon is, the people who I am employed through to Amazon are in fact looking out for me like they said they were. So that was nice. So,
That is indeed nice.
we'll be doing this more on Tuesdays for the regular, and then Yakuza will be every other week, and Spiritfarer will be every other week. And then in a week or two, something will join the lineup in addition to Disco as well. Potentially. We'll see. But in the meantime, let's just get back to the game. How was your weekend, Tidu?
Mostly playing disco myself, honestly.
Sounds like me when we started up the Elysium LP. Or not Elysium. Yeah, Spiritfarer LP.
The dishes are drying. There's the smell of chemicals and pine trees.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook. As you
Welcome
step
the
in,
Polish
he
representation.
nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Goranci and Kubek.
That's not about pronunciation,
It's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Goranci Kubek. Please. It's not funny.
Hello, sir. Got time for a few questions?
The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
You've got some impressive pots there.
He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
Okay, I guess I guess I don't have anything else to say to him. I don't think I need anything else. Stay masculine.
Wanna know what his name means in big quotation marks here, air quotes?
I don't know his name yet, so I don't know if you should tell me.
No. As I said, air quotes name.
Okay.
Gorący kubek is a brand of instant soups in Poland. It means hot cup.
It means what?
Hot cup. Because you make it in a cup.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still weird. The pronunciation is underwhelming a bit, yeah, I suppose. It's better than I expect of foreigners.
We have got 8 hours in game until we're ready to have a powwow with Kim and wrap the day up. So Might as well go out and wander around a bit.
Yeah, wander around, learn something. You still need to like.
Learn something.
Joyce is still asking you to do the truck drivers thing because we haven't finished that.
Right. Even though we're pretty sure we know who it is.
There's one more at the very bottom here. I think the racist lorry driver told you about him, Siang.
So we talked to him.
Yeah, even lower here. Go to the left and then down.
This one, sorry.
Yeah.
I see it now.
And here he is. The man, the boy.
You see a Samaran street vendor surrounded by a motley assemblage of goods. When he realizes you're looking at him, his face breaks into a wide, welcoming grin.
Happy shopping, officer! Everything's cool here.
He gives you a thumbs up.
What's so cool?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool, the customers are cool, the place is cool. And one more thing, officer.
From out on the bay, a cool wind gathers. It sweeps into the city, tugging at the textiles hanging around the stand. Some distance away, the sound of a tin can clattering across the street can be heard.
You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang!
Yep.
Whether I'm cool is unimportant. I have police questions for it. Oh, sorry. I have police questions for you.
You're right, officer. 100%. No playing around then. Strictly business. Maybe I can interest you in some premium menswear instead.
Zilang just reminds me of whenever I heard my coworkers try to speak English through a phone to a foreign customer or something, just like the same kind of energy.
Yeah, and that's why I'm a little conflicted, because it's either attempting to speak a non-native language and being kind of awkward about it, or he's hiding something.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sealang, what's your stance on drugs?
Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives.
For a moment, he's unsure how to respond. Sorry.
Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs.
I actually don't like drugs.
That's very cool. I don't like drugs either. I only said I do because I didn't want to sound lame. Peer pressure.
We're looking for a lorry driver who's transporting drugs out of the harbor. He or she is in this traffic jam.
That's even cooler. You investigating narcotics crimes like that? But I am not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that.
He points to the goods.
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
But you are a lorryman. Another driver has identified you and your lorry.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole.
He stops to think.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream.
He spreads his arms.
So you forgot to tell me.
Exactly. It's such a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity.
Stop squirming. What do you know about the drug operation at the harbor?
Nothing. I told you. I'm not a dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd.
And what crowd is that?
Crowd? You know, the drug crowd?
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
It wasn't some drug crowd. You know who they are. Tell me now.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, Don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
If you don't want to get into this mess, you have to give us a reason to move on.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady.
He shakes his head.
Is the lady driver the old woman back there? I point to the pale driver. Dazed out, strange.
I don't know. Maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved. I told you.
It could be. She was strange. He's not ruling her out.
Who are these other drivers who talk?
All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now.
Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist or the other one with the tattoos?
He points north.
All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos.
Alright then, we're cool now.
All right. I scored. Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you. You deserve it.
If you don't mind my asking, where are you from, Sealang?
Me? It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All Revachol.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samaran Isola.
You're from the Apricot Suzerainty, aren't you? Aren't you?
Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say that you're from Sea Guy.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, but the Apricot Suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left.
That was a really cool little bit of extra dialogue there.
Yeah, it's really nice. And I don't remember it at all.
You're welcome. I do try to be supportive of other peoples and cultures.
That's so cool, officer. Speaking of, why not support an independent local entrepreneur by buying some pens and glasses?
I'll look around, thanks. So how can I actually shop?
You click one of the highlighted items.
Okay.
That's gonna be different dialogue.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra series.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Speaking of luxury, you should go over and ask about paying for those sneakers with your net worth.
I'll inspect the sneakers.
A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Only? That's madness. Found ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine?
I'll inspect
50.
the speakers.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
But I already looked at the sneakers.
Then look at them again. These are the premium lifestyle sneakers, officer. The best on the market.
Can't I just buy the sad conquered Samaran sneakers?
No
Speakers.
way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Lo-fi socialist junk.
That's why I want them. I think I might be lo-fi socialist junk myself.
That's relatable.
No, officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
You don't know who I am. I don't even know it myself. I want the speakers.
Well, if you want them...
Narrator.
He pauses for a moment, calculating. Sorry, I'm
good.
out of my mind today.
It's all good.
But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
50 real is like 2 days at the wedding and a tracks and a half.
Right,
This is
yeah.
a ridiculous price.
Maybe I can find a way to shake him down in the future. There's probably a dialogue option I can't see because of my stats.
Corruption.
Alright,
Always a way forward.
let's just leave. What do we have here?
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
How about some premium class service over here? Like paying with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can do that. Save the economy. That sounds off.
Browse through the box.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
Save the economy. What are you talking about?
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
That doesn't make any sense. Why exactly does this economy need saving?
Look around, officer. You see all these premium goods just sitting there, not getting bought? We've got to keep the flow of goods moving. Is this really the economy we want to leave to our children?
Oh. Woo! Option 4 sure is.
Yeah, sure is an option. Yeah.
Sure is an option. I had to read it for a second, and it's like, oh man, you really don't want to miss that last part of the dialogue. But I don't have children, I think.
Too bad, officer. Kids make it all worthwhile. Without kids, who's going to be around to enjoy the economy? Don't let me stop you. Open the box and browse a little.
He points at the clothes. Yeah, phrase a composed roll.
No good.
Fuck.
All you can
Snake
count
eyes,
is
that blows me a favor.
hands. You can tell
great.
they're too tight around your
Critical
thighs
failure.
and too loose around the waist.
And discard the woolly
No
pants.
luck? Why not take another look, officer? Keep supporting the economy.
You can buy those itchy pants. Actually, what did it? Can you highlight for a moment?
Yeah.
+2 half-light, -1 comfort, -1 civil warfare. Okay.
So it's gonna
So-
awaken my senses more, but it's gonna dull my perception.
Yep.
Buying some cheap clothes, then boom. Oh wait, hold on. Let me do this properly. Buying some cheap clothes, then boom. Racism.
Perfect.
I can do a pretty good clone high Kennedy voice.
That's
That's just
kind of
because-
based of you.
That's just because it's already weird itself. Is it? Is this it? Is this finally the moment I've been waiting for? Oh no, it
I
is.
say you're great. Again to the river of filth. What are you waiting for? I
I'm
might guide
waiting
your
for
hits.
my cop identity to manifest.
Well, it depends on the dialogue choices you pick.
Yeah, I know, and I think I've been picking so across the board that the game can't nail me down yet. or I'm going for an extremely hard to acquire.
Waterlock out of order
font.
until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. Do you want like a quick guide on how to get an item that will let you know your options and how many times you picked what?
Yeah, sure.
Check out the container behind where Lincoln Racks. I don't remember if you got the key or not from guard. But either way, you've got a primer, so.
Ooh, +1 to electrochemistry.
Hey, that sure glows.
Well, hello there. What are you up to?
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous
Oh
circle
no!
of
Oh
salami
no, Kim!
with an
Oh
old
no!
hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
Kim can't decide.
Oh no, I broke Kim! What have I
Kim.
done?
Poor Kim.
His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and the knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
Oh, I'm having a hard time paying attention. His posture relaxed despite his powerful build and knife in hand. Okay. First things first. What are you doing here, man on the waterlock?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
Ah.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
The man on the waterlock picks the skin of a slice of salami and takes a sizable bite.
Oh no! Oh my god! Kim is starting to float off into...
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, this could actually be bad.
It could be, yeah. Well, we'll see.
Hang on, I need to leave the conversation. Oh, thank God. Okay, Kim, please.
Welcome back, officers.
Okay, there we go. Do you know what caused this wreckage? I pointed the smashed billboard in the canal.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal.
The words "daredevil driver" sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here. Especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Do you know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it.
He thinks for a moment.
Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of that salami? I pointed at food.
Sure thing.
He cuts off a slice of salami.
Want some too, officer?
He turns to the lieutenant, sorry.
Why not?
The lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment and decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami from the man and chews on it.
Right.
Wow, really? Nothing.
Yeah.
When I maybe it depends on your like physical stats, because I had a dialogue with my my electrochemistry, I think, and it healed me 1 HP because the hangover makes it taste really good.
Yeah, that makes sense, because there would be a mix of the dulling of senses from the hangover, the lingering alcohol in the palate might enhance the meat and all the other spices and herbs that are in it, so...
Yep.
Interesting. Oh well. Alright, bye!
That's a shame. I thought you were gonna get a free heal.
I mean, it would have been cool to have that dialogue, but at the same time, you know, I also appreciate that it's not doing it, because it means it's tailoring the game experience to my actual build.
Yeah, for contrast, I'm playing a complete dumb boss right now. I have like 1 intelligence and 5 physical, and it's a very different game than my initial playthrough.
Well, and I think I'm doing an interesting playthrough of being a mostly a physically and emotionally incompetent person, but otherwise I'm doing pretty good on the intellect and insight checks.
Tire tracks onto the roof. The slush and rain has almost washed them off.
Oh, yes, we're gonna do this. You know what? Actually, let's go behind the whirling and rags first and do that
Okay.
thing you mentioned. So it was back behind the building?
Yeah, check the trash container out.
Right, this one.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in here?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yeah, I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's extrasensory perception. Whatever is in there holds a special It's just a hunch. Maybe someone threw something in there?
Mm-hmm.
He leans in to inspect the lock.
How do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar. The one you took from my motor carriage, or...
No! Or pry bar!
We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has information.
Oh, a legendary check.
Oh, on physical? Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna attempt that just yet.
Yeah, so you can talk with guard. Can you show me your thoughts cabinet for a second?
Absolutely.
Oh, no, nothing yet. Okay. I thought maybe you attempted to take the body down like at least twice.
Wow, it's not even showing, Oh wait, no it is.
12 slots, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I'm looking to find the type of cop I'm going after.
Well, there are a few of here, but they're not saying it's the boring cop or whatever. They all have like unique names. Like regular low official up there is probably for a boring cop.
Wait, boring cop is an option?
Yeah, you can be a total fucking boring guy.
Inexplicable feminist agenda?
Yeah, if you say you're a feminist, you can internalize a feminist agenda.
Ace is high, ace is low.
There is an achievement for saying you're a feminist, internalizing that, and then going on a rant against women for a few dialogue options.
Is it called the Proud Ally achievement?
Oh god, no, I don't think so. Disco Elysium achievements. Let me check actually.
Date of birth January. Homosexual underground.
There's quite a few things in here.
Great. Oh, you know what? I wonder what Searchlight Division is. That said, don't spoil any of the thoughts for me, because I want to try and naturally...
Yeah, I know. I'm shutting up if...
No. I'm not saying you're ruining it. I'm just saying, like, if you know what thought I'm trying to aim for with the kind of cop I'm trying to make, don't outright tell me, but definitely try and guide my choices.
Sure.
Fucker shit himself. Okay, so let's check on the tasks. Okay, I need like 20 real to pay for the room for tomorrow. End of day briefing with Kim. So yeah, we'll go talk to Garth real quick.
can I help you?
He arches an eyebrow.
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftover? No. I'm not trying to start shit. I'm not trying to provoke. We need those keys.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
It sounds like he's about to start fucking crying.
Yeah.
Gart, I saw another thing at the Whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Oh, I already asked both of these.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just like a general question option.
Alright, well,
For
I got
stuff.
keys now. That's what matters. I think I'll wait to talk to, what is it, Lena? I don't remember what her name is.
She is Lena, yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to her again after, right before I go to, have a debriefing with Kim.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, Whirling in Rags.
I open the padlock with the key.
With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
I look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
I pick at the rags.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
I grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
Holy shit, a fucking break in the case.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Inland Empire.
Drop them in here, officer.
The lieutenant produced a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket.
I bag the trousers.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
I reach for it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
I bag the shirt.
This is a military-type overgarment.
Level up.
No label or serial number.
Yep.
This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
He nods to himself.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Thrown out towel, a mug. That's all, Kim.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or That one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the Whirling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them here.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
The one behind the fancy elves.
See?
Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
I searched the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here.
Okay, I'm gonna
What's
try.
this?
I think I'm gonna trust my Inland Empire.
Don't.
Don't?
Don't. Just saying don't.
Okay. What?
A blue
This
piece
is the
of
reason why we got
plastic
here.
sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out.
They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Something larger.
Yeah.
Clipboard, blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. I don't know, but some
Officer.
clips are just fucked.
Is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
I really like option 3.
Yeah.
But I also like option. You know what? I think 3 is gonna lead me to the type of cop. Okay, I'm gonna ask this, and you can just be straight with it. Is there a, like a walk away cop or a anti-cop thought?
Not necessarily, but you can be very critical of cop establishment on many occasions, but I don't think it's a couple type.
Okay.
Couple types are aside from like the political ideology. There's also superstar cop of the apocalypse, sorry cop, and the boring cop. Hobo cop is just a small bonus for the collection of terror.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you've got here in order like superstar is 1, cop of the apocalypse is 2, 3 is a sorry cop, and 4 is a boring cop.
I don't know if I want to play sorry cop, because I don't want to be sorry. Which one did you said 2 is cop of the apocalypse? What's 1?
1 is a superstar cop.
Okay.
You're pretending to be a superstar that lost his
And you
memory.
said 4
basically.
is boring cop. Boring cop is just like very straight laced and
Yeah, but by the book.
someone from the Whirling threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring.
Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime, or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
Okay, I'll do that, Kim.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
He peers into the trash where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Oh yeah, and cops types don't exclude each other. They're thoughts, and you can internalize all of them. You just
Thank
have
you,
limited
Ranville.
thoughts. That's true.
The mug. I'm getting that mug too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron,
An antique.
only in its social sensibility.
I take the mug.
The lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash.
I close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
God, that was good.
Yeah.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Try to approach the corpse again, because I think you should do this. Well, maybe not as soon as possible, but you get a thought that helps you get it out of the way if you fail two
There
times.
he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Or you can try later, I suppose. Like full HP or something.
Yeah, I want to try full HP and see if I can find something else to maybe beef up my composure or my endurance somehow. I don't know.
And this is endurance check, so it is just endurance.
Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. What's in this container? Oh! And some magnesium. Hot damn.
Mag is always good.
Do a quick save.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is this?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material?
Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes.
Alright.
Rhythmic pattern. Calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff.
Ooh, that was cool.
No,
Yeah.
there's more to this. You get this strange feeling.
What feeling?
Hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. Especially the small ones.
So yeah, see, even a failure got you profit in form of morale, because you had another stat to pick up the slack for the failure of your perception.
And then it triggered my Inland Empire saying, wait a minute, no, you need to try and come back and investigate this again. So,
Yeah,
hand-holding without hand-holding.
pretty much, yeah. I mean, if you had low psyche, psyche skills and had low lineal impair, it probably wouldn't do that, so, you know.
It's just cool, all the little touches and whatnot. It's like,
Yeah.
it's amazing what you can do when you rework the medium and mechanical interactivity of the piece of media you're presenting.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to interact with any of that yet. I want to see if we can have a break on the drug smuggling case so I can go talk to what's her name.
Yeah, so ask about the lady driver. You need to ask the drivers about her.
Okay.
Silenko already gave you everything he knows, but you need to ask the others.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
No, I just found this mug in the trash and I think it's yours.
Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while.
He stares at the yellow man mug, then suddenly he explodes.
Is it yours?
God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He
wipes
doesn't
with your
live in
fingers.
Martinez.
I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up, where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He smirks.
First, you knew Sealang didn't do it.
He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip.
He grins, a wide smile.
Then why are you smirking?
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
Actually, we do.
No. He means La Puta Madre.
Yeltar turns to the lorryman.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West.
Yeah, him.
For a moment, the lorryman is silent, then he spits on the pavement.
Cross your arms and nod.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
He says, unsure where this is leading.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
He gets closer to him.
Is Kim leaning into his racism?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow. Kim's baiting him. That's great.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
I keep my mouth shut.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
His eyes dart between you and the lieutenant.
I really loved Drama's commentary on the exchange there.
Yeah, drama is pretty dramatic. It's a good skill.
Yeah. Glad we picked it up.
You've seen the corpse in the yard, yes? You took a peek. I know you did. Does it look like his friends protected him?
The lieutenant raises one eyebrow.
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends.
Oh, we fucking got him!
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod.
Half-light?
Alright, so I've got a formidable check on half-light.
We're pretty low. You can check if some clothes give you... I don't think you have any clothes that give you
Yeah, I don't
half-light
think
right
I
now.
do. But you know what I could do?
Bump it.
Exactly.
Oh, you get -1 from items, so you can take something off, and
Oh,
it will
okay.
fix that as well.
No, inventory.
Yeah, you have to
I
get
have
out
to
of that. You have to exit the dialogue. It's a
We're
white
done
check.
for now.
It would disappear if it was red, but it's white, so I think it's the shirt. No? Oh, it's the coat. Yeah, but you're too official for that. Oh yeah, these are interactable as well. We need to check this out
It's the
soon.
ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Oh, that's just fucking lovely.
Yep.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard.
Ugh.
It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
I inspect the toilet paper.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
I take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Thank you for the emphasis on marginally there. Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
I run my finger across the aluminum.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Lieutenant, is this one of those hologram watermarks you mentioned? I point to the sticker.
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
He is lost in his own notes. It takes a moment for him to see it.
Interesting. What kind of information, Kim?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, Mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
You mentioned the headlights of your kinema.
Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
That's all, thank you.
Okay.
He returns to his neatly kept nose.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. It's a sorry sight.
I browsed the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate, due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases, undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
He raises his nose from his notes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant, though I'm not sure I completed them.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
He raises both his eyebrows.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
He nods and turns back to his own case files.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you?
I think it's a good thing I switched out the clothes I had on.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You're a human measuring instrument. Almost entirely intellectual.
God, I love those exchanges.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Wait, what?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named the case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened
He
to him?
smiles.
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Jeez. All right.
That happened in real time, and in real life. Sorry, and the guy survived.
Oh
I don't know if
yeah,
you heard
and
the story.
he's a infamous uh, neurological and psychological case.
Yeah. I think he was named Finas something, but yeah, the thing was he lost like all emotional inhibition.
And he
And
turned into a complete monster of a person.
yeah, well, maybe not monster, but he was an asshole.
No, the monster thing didn't happen immediately. It happened as he got older.
Oh, okay.
The absence of emotion eventually started to wear him down, and he started picking up. I think he had a narcotic habit at a point, though it might have just been as mild as cigarettes. But he completely lost any and all positive and upbeat emotions, and just turned into like a human dishcloth for a moment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't
It's very
delved
depressing.
that deep into that. Yeah.
Yeah, because like the guy was supposedly a super friendly like family man beforehand.
Yeah, so I've heard.
It's definitely interesting. If anybody's actually listening in and doesn't know what we're talking about, definitely look into it. It's a really cool story. Sad but cool.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched. by
Finas
the
Gage,
damage.
yes, thank you.
The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit to paper. I committed to paper using the pen Lena gave me.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
I crossed out the ones I've already finished.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Kim, you named our case by chance?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Also, hey, Fatus, good to see you here as well.
I feel like there's no better choice here other than the Furies are at home in the mirror.
Furies? Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also,
It's obvious he doesn't like it. He furrows his brow.
could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name.
Yes, you know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please.
The Setting Sun.
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that, so... Something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete? Mundane, usual?
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
Please
We
be
don't.
boring, says Kim.
We don't, but I definitely am going the route of I want to be besties with Kim on this playthrough, so we're going with the obvious.
Great.
The
That's
Hanged Man.
great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now.
Now I get to listen to Inland Empire bitch at me.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man.
Naturally.
Or
It's
not.
good we sorted this out.
I'm done inspecting these.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
I hope everyone's enjoying this because as enthusiastic and involved as I am, I like casually and anxiously worry about like this coming off as very boring and uninteresting and dragging on for longer than it needs to.
If they do, fuck him. It's a great game.
I mean, yeah, I assume people knew what they were getting into, and they understood that our LP was going to be an overglorified audio drama. Browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Misconduct fine.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague.
Station call.
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
And field autopsy.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form, waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
Enough of these. I close the forms.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper.
I take a look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
I shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
I peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
What did you say the color was?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
How would I open it?
With your hands. U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
God, those are all really low. Oh, wait, that one's actually pretty high.
Yeah.
Uh...
You've got high IQ in this round, so yeah.
Fuck it. Can I read the case files now?
It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to patch the quilt back together. Try again later.
It's possible, yes. Easy now. You need to come up with a small chirurgical system, yeah.
I need
At the moment,
skill
all they
points.
do is fall apart in your hands. Some dates and the numerical blah blah blah.
Lonesome Long Way Home is affecting the interface.
Yeah, the fact you internalize that thought makes it more difficult for you to open it. Why? Who knows?
No,
you
I
can
know
recruit-
exactly why, because there's probably something in there that I don't want to read.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, I'm gonna put the ledger away.
And you can interact with the racist mug. This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the Winnick Rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaran descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. It seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
There's actually a lot to read into here. Look at all that content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
By the way, no back down. You have to pick one of the four. Which one is so funny?
3 is making me laugh pretty hard.
The mark will be useful. By using it, I can earn political capital to mask my bad-ass hustling, i.e. fraud and embezzlement. Or for, the mug doesn't belong in the trash, it was just a fun mug. Can anybody laugh anymore?
I'd do anything for the clout. I'd do anything for the clout. I'd do anything. I'm going to push this into the face of every merchant I find and tell them, this is your inane ideology.
So again, you dug it out of the trash. Why? It wasn't going to offend anyone there. Why don't you just get back to your case?
Hey.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Well, it is useful as a clue as well, so don't feel.
Yeah, but the greater moral point is that it was doing fine just being in the trash where it belonged. You're kind of a stuck-up snot for bringing it back up, and it's like, yeah, I guess I kind of am.
Yeah, it kind of works.
Very good. Kind of clever observation on the game's part.
Man, the authors of the game have very clear political leanings, but they don't spare any ridicule on a lot of points, even the ones they would agree with.
I appreciate it because I would rather them be discussing and analyzing the positives and benefits of things like socialism and capitalism and communism. And I also love that they're more than happy to tear all of it down and be like, this is all fucking shit, and we're all fucking terrible, and we only have ourselves to blame for continuing to be bad people. Quick save.
Half-life time?
Yeah, I'm gonna boost it. I'm gonna boost it because
you can roll it, and after you boost it, you can roll for it again because white checks unlock after you up that skill.
Right.
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
I'm gonna make him tell me what he knows.
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
Why don't you and me step outside for a little talk?
What? What do you think we're doing right now, runt?
Okay, hold on. No.
Okay, so you're just upping it. Okay.
I am gonna roll it. Oh, I don't know. I took a hit on morale. I don't think I want to.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's your choice.
Apologies, everyone. This is my playthrough, and I am gonna also play it sometimes the way of
looking for something,
save scumming. So
come to tell me to fuck off again?
The main thing is...
It's the same roll. Yeah, so... up the skill, at least for balance, I suppose.
I'm gonna give it one more attempt at the current amount it is, because... if I can cheese it, then fuck it.
The cheese cop.
Cheese cop. It would be kind of cool if there was a thought. It doesn't need to be meta, but it's like maybe just a pseudo meta thing of glitch cop or meta cop, some shit like that.
Well, we've got bacon, we've got cheese. Now we just need to find some bread, and we have a hamburger.
Yeah, there we go. We have a breakfast club sandwich. And all it needs is some sugar and cereal.
That doesn't go in the sandwich, right?
Looking for something?
No, it does.
Hunt?
You haven't seen Breakfast
Come to
Club?
tell me to fuck off again?
No. Oh, the movie. No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's a great movie.
I have to watch it someday.
Men like this
Hey.
only respect two things: strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume.
Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady driver's lorry. Where is it?
Fuck you. I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of my life. You understand?
Fucking homo cop.
A globule of sweat gathers at his brow.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. green banged-up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
He tries to
When
wave you
did
up.
she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Where exactly is her lorry?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Right, I'm going.
There we go.
Yes?
Tell me about the case again.
What do you want to know?
Can we go over preliminary info again?
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again?
No, wing
There's
it.
no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay. I did. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security.
Okay, I
During
already
that
listened to
time, the victim had been. Okay then. Was there anything?
Actually, I have
Good.
all I need for now. Nothing. I was making sure there wasn't any new,
If Kim has new dialogue, there will be a text-speech bubble on his portrait.
Oh, okay, thank you.
That's really cool, yeah. You went too far. You need to go right at Tommy's lorry. Over here. To the right. And over these fucking boxes. Yeah, there's the monument and south from here.
God,
This
I
one.
forget it's kind of tank controls.
I mean, if you WSAD it, yeah, I just click. Or are you using controller support?
No, I'm using mouse and keyboard.
This
Okay.
screen found, A to Z, contemporary, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about. Unless he was lying.
The lieutenant peeks inside.
How are we gonna get this open, Kim?
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Good idea.
I don't know how good it is, but this investigation has taken long enough. We can't afford it to take any longer.
Alright, I'm gonna leave it for a second.
To equip the pry bar.
This screen found, A to Z, contemporary, is parked in the shadow of the ruins.
I
looming
think
overhead.
the
It's seen
wife
better
beater
days.
tank top gives you +1 physical instrument as well.
Oh,
Can
man,
you
I
equip
will
that?
throw that on real quick.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
This screen found, A to Z, content with a firm grip. you
Whoa!
raise the
Critical
pry bar.
success.
A glint of light catching on the tip. Call down the hammer of truth and justice. Release your secrets, lorry cabin.
You asked for it. There you have it.
I don't know if I want option 2 or 3.
You know, free is a racist slogan, right? Remember that.
Wait, why is 3 racist?
Because that's what the racist Lord Driver was saying to Kim. Like, you know, he's a tourist here, so welcome to Revachol.
Oh, okay.
It's a dog whistle.
Smash it. I'm just gonna smash it without saying anything.
The window shatters and droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement.
Subtle.
Says the lieutenant and sticks his hand in the window like a common car thief and then opens it.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
I admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye. a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
Study the centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly. This is Tip Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death.
What happened to her?
She wasted away in a drug den called Door to the River. Not far from here, on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world, and the camera, too.
Well then, enough of the posters.
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard, and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
I'm gonna pull out the toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
I unfold the newspaper.
It's an issue of Périphérique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
I pick up the paper.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
His thought trails off.
I unfold the news. Oh, wait, I already did that.
You already did that, yeah.
I push in the pull-out toolbox.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes.
I check the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
I back up into the cabin again.
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a pull-out toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
I examine the radio.
Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Why would anybody need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation. With quite a range, too.
Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
What else is here?
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under
So we
the
broke
seat.
the window and we haven't found fuck all.
That's enough, quite frankly.
You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Uh-huh. Okay.
You had to investigate.
Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found. So we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think about all this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
You know, I think I understand why I made that comment earlier about maybe this seems a little boring and maybe people are struggling to pay attention, and it's not that it's boring, it's that this game is so calming and mellow that I'm starting to get a bit drowsy.
It's very much of it has a melancholic tone, I think. And also, there's no immediate mechanical danger, so you don't need to stay on your toes like you did in Pathologic.
I am surprised this thing is not already on tablets, and I think if I play it ever again, I will probably stick with just like a tablet version, and this will be good to like play to lull myself to sleep. Although at the same time, I would just love like an audiobook novelized version of this.
Yeah. It would be difficult to pull off with like the different permutations this game can take, but a streamlined version of it maybe. I think like a tablet version of it would be good because, let's be honest, it is a visual novel, just a very, very reactive one.
It is, but there's enough player agency in terms of the builds that you make that it's definitely breaking ground for the visual novels. It may have stripped away things like combat and certain amounts of gameplay depth, but replacing it with all of the variability and player choice just makes it a proper realization of what a visual novel should be. You know what? If a Switch version is coming, that'll be the one that I'll play, because that'll be the most comfy one to play. Cause
it's supposed to come out in summer, I believe.
That'll be great, because it'll be fine to just touch on the screen with my fingers, but it'll also be convenient to move around and get from place to place using the actual thumbsticks.
Yeah. I heard the pad support is a bit of a mess right now, but they are trying to patch it.
It's that it's broken, not bad to play. It doesn't feel bad to play with gamepad. It's that it doesn't work. And in all honesty, better it be that than it feels bad to play on gamepad. Anyway.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station, a worrying prospect.
What about the movie posters? How do they factor into all of this?
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
Maybe the trader is some sort of cinephile?
Yes, well...
He doesn't say more.
Unimportant.
How do you think this is connected to the Union?
We didn't find anything conclusive linking them to the smuggling operation. But somehow, I doubt that Everard Clare would be oblivious to something like this happening right under his nose. My suggestion is, we use it against the Union in any way we can, to our own ends. It's a slippery hill, but we just might be able to pin them down, indirectly, down the road.
Will the RCM open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
He stops to think.
What are you thinking, Kim?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption, perhaps?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay, debrief over then?
Debrief over. After you.
So I can go to Joyce now.
Yep.
Also, if you go to Kim's car and read the clip in the headlights, that's what will give you the stats I told you about, the overlook of what you picked over game. That's why I wanted you to pick the clipboard up.
Why can I not? Oh my god.
You can just go north as well.
Did I seriously climb over that and then... Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you walked over the boxes.
Why is it a one-way path? That makes no sense.
It's that one way. So I don't know why you got locked in, but yeah. At least the time doesn't pass unless you talk, so it's really not an issue.
I hope everybody understands I know what going into that crowd will initiate, and I'd like to save that for day 2. Right now I want to get some, like... I want to get the initial case / investigation properly started, and that means successfully examining that body, because I know if I don't, I'm going to miss out on a very important monologue, and I don't want to miss it being fully voiced this time around. Hello again, Joyce.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
I spoke with the lorrymen at the roundabout.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
We have discovered enough to conclude, for now.
Yes. And will you start an official investigation?
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
She says her tone more cautious suddenly.
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
What was that about a bloodbath?
Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be.
How are the lynching and the strike all connected?
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oronese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What happened then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
It will be all of them. The decision is already made.
Boy, oh boy, is that not good!
It's not good, no. My only hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
A wave crashes against the side of her boat. She grabs hold of the mainsail.
if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
She leans back.
The Serai's giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
Thank you, Encyclopedia.
These
Also
men
true in real
work
life.
in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons. even yours. Most union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
She is sad for what that concludes.
Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing?
Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia.
Oh.
She looks at you, eyes down from the wind.
All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
She tilts her head.
What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
You picked the perfect time to show up, V-Thing.
God, I just want to do is condense and solve a simple murder. Why does it have to get all political?
But it's a good kind of politics. It's a shit's about to go down because fucking fascist regime likes are about to be fascists.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Mercenaries,
Lieutenant
yay.
consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk. Maybe on narcotics, too.
If it's Sunday night and I have been here for 3 days, that would make it Thursday in-game, hypothetically, right?
It is Monday in game, from what I know. He was hanged last Sunday, a week ago. He's been hanging out for a week there.
Okay, and I had... Okay, this is day 4, so I showed up Thursday, and...
Yeah, you should... And drunk for 3 days. Not solving the case.
Jesus Christ.
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
I will say this current story beat did manage to wake me up quite a bit in a good way. And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
What can you tell me about this Krenel?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
So they were a mobile game developed by Devolver Digital?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And that's your lazy joke of the day, everybody.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
I realize I'm over an hour late on commenting on this, but Renveld, I did appreciate your joke about Kim smoking a few too many cigarettes and spinning out of reality.
I didn't even notice that. Damn, sorry.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes, all the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Seamanese. I'm a child. Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
She thinks.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
She thinks.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is charged with coordinating law enforcement activities in complex multinational investigations. Their database is the single largest source of information in the world.
And the single largest distributor of Fago.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
In my
I
line
can't
of work,
believe-
it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM, I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
I can't believe the Juggalos are the Popo now. I feel betrayed.
It's inevitable, considering our futuristic society that we are headed towards. Only the faceless can run the face wearers. Whoop whoop!
Whoop whoop!
I'm sorry, everybody. They were good at stomping on things, that's for sure. Could you contact the company? Tell them to call them off?
I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
So, how much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Breakthrough imminent.
The VA for Joyce reminding me of the head of the company, Invisible Inc. Idly wondering if it's the same actor. I don't know, I haven't played Invisible Inc. You have to quit the dialogue for the thought to get internalized fully.
Okay.
It just means the time needed for it to complete has passed.
Gotcha.
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There is a brief silence. Seagulls squawk over the bay.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me
Google the voice actor.
No, I was going to do this.
Eh. Am I
Here, a
blind?
more appropriate sound effect.
I can't hear shit. Is it Parsec? Maybe Parsec doesn't pick it up, I don't know.
Okay, so I thought that was gonna be a seagull squawk, but apparently it was a joke video. So there you go, everybody. My bad.
I don't
everybody.
think it played, or at least I didn't hear it over Parsec, but well.
Oh, okay.
Get food? Get food? Oh, shit on your boat?
There you go. Invisible Inc. is an excellent turn-based tactical stealth game, so I recommend it if you like that sort of thing, but stressful. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I kind
Sounds
of
like my jam.
I kind of wish Clay Entertainment was doing more stuff, but Clay Entertainment's not doing Darkest Dungeon, right? That's somebody else.
No, it's the company that this Darkest Dungeon only does Darkest Dungeon.
Right, Red Hook is doing Darkest Dungeon. I kind of wish Clay Entertainment would try some more stuff. Like, I get that maybe Invisible Inc. wasn't the gangbusters selling title that Don't Starve was, but they clearly can do good and well-made game design, so I'd like to see more from them. I would like to see them take a crack at... Oh, wait a minute. They did Mark of the Ninja. I forgot.
They did, yeah. It was a good game.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe they're just making a good bit of money on Don't Starve and they're waiting for their next big idea. But they are an indie studio, so they typically do, like, what, one new concept every 3 to 6 years.
Yeah, I mean,
we're
hey.
on the verge of it. Something new is coming.
Sometimes there's money, sometimes there's love, and one fuels the other usually.
Well, I hope they're doing
It's a cycle. Hopefully.
This colonel, the one who was hanged, do you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
And his name was...
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner. I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
There's a punk of regret to her voice. It wasn't a relationship
Lieutenant
advice, it was a
testing
business
her,
advice.
asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
What did you say, Tita?
No, Vifix's relationship advice from Tidu Tidu when I said that fuel and love fuel each other. Sorry, that money and love fuel each other in a circle. It's not relationship advice, it's business advice. It's about passion projects and callous money projects. But also, the grind is more bearable when you have somebody waiting for you. That is true.
That's all right, ma'am. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the remaining 2 mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth.
She puts her foot on the guard wire for balance.
They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Alright, we'll steer clear for the moment.
That's wise. Our goal is to avert catastrophe. Besides, you're likely to encounter them sooner or later.
That long of a pause, I feel like they should have actually had her sigh.
It's right, yeah.
Yeah, that seems a bit weird. That's enough for now.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Thank you. That's all for now.
And there's a thought.
Lonesome,
Thought complete.
long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
Is that a picture of a fucking alcohol bottle with a heart that has become fabric spilling out of it?
Might be. I wouldn't say it's hard. I think it's just like a liquid spilling out of it, but with a very, very dense texture, basically.
Right. Almost
again,
like a mucus or a slime, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much. All the like fort cabinet artworks are genius, I think.
They are.
It's really
This
great,
is
though.
fucking great. Combination of wine and vomit. Yeah, that's also a...
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that it's just a pile of clothes, but with one arm, so there is this illusion that it is a person underneath it, but it's just blood, actually.
Well, and I think the implication is that the head is supposed to be that deflated brown cloth-looking thing, but maybe that's supposed to be like the hood or the scarf.
That's a shoe.
That's a shoe. Oh my god, I see it now. Sorry.
Yeah. I just realized that when you started speaking, don't worry.
Okay. Okay,
Either way,
so,
I'll be right back in a second.
Okay. So, thanks to internalizing that, I have raised the learning cap for perception to 5. And if I guess, take speed, that'll give me +1 to psychological. So, very cool. Oh man, I've got 2 skill points to spend. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Perception is fucking jacked. Looked like a pointed hat. Let me see if I can look at the thought again.
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, perception skill cap is raised, so you can raise it way more than you could before.
Oops.
Where are we going now, boss? The body?
We're going back to the corpse.
Yeah, that's right.
I wish I knew exactly. You know what? Isn't there a shop around the corner here where I can buy some things?
There is Frit, yes. There it is.
Thank you. However, I don't need that. Oh wait, no, that's from. Oh damn it.
Yeah, that's from around.
Oh wait.
Nosafed is healing.
A bunch of Googling later, I can't find any VA credits for the final cut, so I don't know who voices Joyce.
Well, that's a shame. Let me check if I can turn something up.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
She returns to her magazine.
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine are you reading?
You mean this?
She looks at the cover, boasting a colorful
Let's
photo,
take a colorful photo of two
kissing.
girls kissing. Yeah.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
I approve of this. Very futuristic. Tap on the girl's kissing.
She pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half-smile.
I wasn't doing that to be mean or dismissive. I was just...
You're still a boomer for doing that.
Yeah, I guess so. Before we go, what's this frita?
I don't know. Frit?
She shrugs.
What is Frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Oh, why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
She chose her gun with disgust.
The story goes that normal Fritta with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
Let's proceed. I've got some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
She puts down the magazine.
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
Thank you for your help.
Uh-huh.
I need to buy healing items.
It's the medical cabinet on the left, yeah.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
Can I have the Nosaped, please?
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Drosamine is triple Nosafed, basically. It's +3. There we go.
And Do you have any ammonia?
Yeah, there's like an ampule somewhere.
You already have ammonia. You got it from the gardener.
Okay, so all right, let's go get this corpse investigated.
Yep. Oh yeah, drugs.
Yeah.
It's like ibuprofen, basically. It's
Yeah, I
not
was
drug.
gonna say it's like, oh well, I just sprayed it so it activated instantly. Like, you would have to fucking probably pop 20 nosepeds to even experience the slightest bit of a high, I imagine.
Yeah, probably.
And you would be more likely to make yourself puke before anything else.
Not here, north.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
missed right and up. In Poland, they sell like cough pills that get hallucinogenic if you pop like 30 of them at once.
Yeah, like Thetis is saying, it would be like taking cough syrup. It would be more effective to down half a bottle of cough syrup if you wanted to get a quick over-the-counter high.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not advising it because it's not really that great of a thing to do in the first place. You know, if you're really gonna get high, like, go indulge in some fucking hallucinogenic natural stuff. You know, don't mess.
I remember I knew some high schoolers back in the day that were downing female hygienic medicine because it was also hallucinogenic if you ingested it.
I'm sorry. Did you say female hygienic cleaner?
Yeah, not like soap or anything, but there is.
No, wait, hold on. We need to stop everything.
Yes?
Are you saying the joke about Cartman drinking Vagisil wasn't a joke?
No. Oh, I mean, I haven't seen that episode of South Park, but apparently, yes.
I thought that was a joke. But if fucking high school kids were doing it to get high? Jesus Christ.
I mean, one of the kids in my apartment after downing it was in the toilet for 2 hours because he looked at the mirror and just got confused by seeing himself. And he was just standing there.
Alright, we're dipping Vagisil extra strength today. And it's the same as the original release, so not the same actor as in Invisible Ink. Yeah, there's voice-based doppelgangers out there. I mean, Zach Aguilar in the Replicant dub has brief moments of sounding like Yuri Lowenthal.
Oh.
And Roger Craig Smith in Dying Light sounds exactly like Troy Baker.
I mean, I think everyone who voices a young male character in anime has moments of sounding like Yuri Lowenthal. He's just an icon now. We can't escape it.
Yeah, you really can't. Yuri Lowenthal and Troy Baker, there's going to be clones
on some subconscious level, you are invoking him.
The only one who has been able to manage not having a vocal doppelganger is fucking Johnny Young Bosch, and I think even he has one, actually, now that I remember. Anywho, alright, let me quick save again. We're gonna try this, and inventory, items, where's the ammonia?
You don't need to use it, it just gives you a bonus during the check.
Okay.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
You can pump it up. Hey, that's health, sure.
Alright, here we go!
You can open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
I step closer.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Hey, Grandius. In terms of how the discoing is going, I think I made a good call in dumping some early skill points into endurance to make sure I could pass this check. So now I'm going to be able to get the case moving along and hopefully bring
if you fail this check, you would get a thought that to get your shit together. It takes half an hour and it gives you +6 to that roll, so it's pretty much a guaranteed success back then. But it takes up a thought spot. It doesn't really do much else aside from that.
Yeah, I was going to say, by going this route, I think it's a better call. But more importantly, you know, I've also got significantly bumped up health now. And I imagine I'm probably not going to have to touch endurance again in the future.
Probably, yeah, it's good to have that much.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It'll be a good investment for the LP. Let's inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you. Out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor. Possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? This is the armor he was stripped of. Go ahead.
No, that says it gives your endurance skill couples to no, it raises it to 4, which in our case would be completely pointless because it's already at 4. It's good if you have a low physical build, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, we went kind of for a spread even with a lot of stuff, but
aside from motorics.
That was go ahead.
Also, yeah, raise your perception when you get the chance, I think.
Yeah,
like, you're missing interactables right now because of that.
I know. I would like to fix that, and since it's been raised to a cap of 5, I'll definitely be putting points into it.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
But he's not look under his arm. He dealt out crouches to inspect the soles.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Where's the rest of it? Scavenged by the locals?
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Random question: do you have any thoughts on Incase? Do you mean the artist? If so, not particularly. Some of their stuff is cool, but most of it is outside of my tastes. So.
I was gonna say, are you talking about the artist? I mean, that's a very interesting thing to bring up out of the blue, Grandius.
Their like alien / kinda demon design is cool, I think.
Yeah. I think my response is gonna be I liked the recent 2-chapter comic that they did with that weird demon god shit that they have going on. I thought it was good. I don't really have any strong opinions any other way on their stuff. Good detailed art. At least it's not that overly hyper-detailed shit that seems to be a commodity amongst a ton of...
You mean all the artists that are indistinguishable from Sekimi-chan?
Yeah, because and yet they still make thousands of dollars because people are so stupid that they go, but it's detailed, so therefore they deserve the money. And it's like, no, I don't think that's a justification behind them getting a ton of money. Like, man, I really... okay, before I go off on a tangent and waste too much time and pull away from the game too much, I do just want to throw it out there, and I'll go ahead and throw myself under this bus. I really find hyper detail in artwork really fucking boring and really uncreative. Good for you. You've managed to get your skill to that point, and I'm not going to shit on you for making money. But if you try and champion yourself as some kind of A-class artist, you're not. You just practiced a system and technique to a point where you've made yourself indistinguishable from photorealism. I would rather you have I would rather you have distinction and sloppiness in your work to give yourself a sense of identity than be hyper detailed to the point where I can't be sure if it's a photograph or if it's CG artwork.
Yeah. Grady says there are the three Slavic NSFW artists. I mean, there's Totem Pole, but I can't really think of anyone else. That's true.
Shindo L earning 4,000 on his Patreon is a very weird beast of a artist because I can at least respect him for doing a bunch of different genres and concepts and kind of playing with his style and evolving it throughout the years. I would put Encase and Shindo L in the same camp of these are artists who give you plenty of detail without losing their visual distinction.
Yeah, Shindo L looks unique at least, even
Yes.
if I don't really like his work that much. From
I have mixed feelings about his work.
topical level, let's say.
Huh?
From a topical level, let's say. I like his art. I don't like what it depicts, usually.
Let's on a brief tangent to keep going. My attitude is that Metamorphosis could be groundbreaking and like revolutionary if it wasn't so miserable and dark.
I mean, it kinda is already. I think just the fact that it exists in common headspace is something for sure.
And I can agree with that, but I'm saying there could be a argument to be made that it transcends into like a status of art and a greater analysis and commentary on explicit artwork, but it's kind of just misery porn.
It kinda is, yeah.
And I think that holds it back because in the early parts of it, it's really something interesting and different. Yeah, I didn't know Encase was Polish. He speaks with pretty good English.
Yep.
Not to say that Polish people can't speak with good English, but for how many years I've known Encase, I've seen their artwork for at least 10 years at this point. So for them to have that much of a history is very impressive.
Tak, my English good. I'm glad you do not insult me by saying my English bad.
Tidu, we already went on a tangent about how I think you and Booth have less distracting and confusing accents than fucking Min and Reggie do. And then again, I would say even Min is the biggest flaw of having a pronounced accent. I've found Reggie much more understandable as time has gone on.
I'm a normal American citizen. Let's go on with the game.
Yes. If you have an accent, there's nothing wrong with you. I'm not making a judgment. I'm just speaking of my literal capability of perceiving and understanding your speech. It's not a fault. It's my capability to interpret. Okay, back to the game.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
Why does my mortal coil need protecting?
Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell. Resist death.
I have no idea what HAL is, Grandius, but if you want to DM it to me on Twitter or in the Discord, feel more than welcome to. I'll give it a look at some point. Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there's no rest of the armor. Oh, go ahead, Titu.
No, I'm just saying I'll pass on that.
No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirt we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Nice. That makes sense.
What if they told him to strip before they hung him, to demean him?
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
Clearly, Kuno would like to interject something here, but there's not enough for him to hold on to.
Yeah, I want to be a shit, but I don't have enough material. So
The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
Narrator.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
How much are we talking about?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Good lord.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 real?
Not too much, yes.
Sounds puny. No wonder I can't pay my hostel bill.
It's a sorry situation, I agree.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
He worked for Cornell, like Joyce told us. This is military equipment, provided by a wealthy security contractor, with state ties. Way above what we have.
I knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action.
I am concerned because a DM that Grendius has sent me says sorry in advance. I feel I have made a mistake here. Swing the pry bar at the boot.
The metal connects with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder.
Did you hear that? A click?
Yeah, like dice rolling.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
I run my fingers over the lines.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice.
I notice what?
The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000.
Nice.
Holy shit, I passed a perception check.
It was trivial, but yeah, nice.
I point to it. Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
It is the
yes.
drawing ballpoint of his pen on his tank.
E50, 100, 1000.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
I pull the boot off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Grab the boot under my arm.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
The lieutenant's voice is sharp. He looks at you with the boot under your arm.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
I'm not a homo.
Stop obsessing about your sexuality, officer. You are about to seriously compromise the coroner's case.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside the boot.
How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Nice. That was very crunchy.
Thank you. Okay, got it.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
I'm gonna back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists.
Oh,
on the cargo
Jesus.
belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and
Yeah, it was
extremities
just one
bleached
part.
pink and blue.
That was just one fucking part. Okay. I'm gonna inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you.
Shut up, drugs!
Drugs.
It's hard, but somehow you manage not to see it. The corpse looks at you sideways, from an unnatural angle.
Drugs. No, thank you. Drugs? No, I'm good. Drugs.
Have you tried drugs?
Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain is telling me that.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
They wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
He rises to inspect the news.
We're assuming the dock workers from the harbor did it?
Yes. The debrief we got from the Wild Pines representative appears to be solid, too. A lynching is what this looks like.
How the hell did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above.
Did they climb up the kid's ladder? I point to the one side of a tree.
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
He makes a pulling motion.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
I'm gonna back off and look at the corpse again.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
I inspect the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Wonderful.
Right?
Your fist clenches suddenly.
It will be marked by bullet holes.
Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already, most of the canvas that's holding it has darkened. Now, it disintegrates slowly, letting out a stink.
Is this a map of the night sky?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
He turns around to breathe before inspecting it closer.
I'm sorry, Grandius. I have been kind of intending to play the LP closer to a melodrama than a weird surrealist comedy.
As if
we'll see.
someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
What'd you say, Tito?
Nothing. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I don't even remember what I said, so it wasn't so many weight.
Must have not been that important then. I'm missing something here.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
He produces two metal-capped ampoules and clicks them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry to the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest.
Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
He slides the camera close and tucks it away on his belt. Yeah.
I'm just loving these little bits and pieces of Kim being, like, positive and mellow.
Yeah.
What do we need
has
this
a sense of, he
Go
has
ahead.
a sense of humor and everything. It's usually under wraps.
Yeah, and you really gotta lean into it and warm him up to get him to
Pretty much.
shine. What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Now, if we could find someone to decipher it.
Sorry, I'm pausing because a thought just hit me that it could be very possible that my AirPods got stolen when I was at the VR arcade.
That's very specific.
I bring it up
find your
because
AirPods?
when I was coming home last night, I realized my AirPods weren't in my my case.
No.
And it just hit me now that there were, brief moments where the owner of the place might have stepped away or looked away, and there were other people in the store when I was there, and I had my stuff set aside, and of course, I had a VR headset on, and I really wish I hadn't just realized that now. So, I guess I'm gonna need to go back to the arcade sometime later this week and talk to them. That's gonna be fun. Alright. Sorry, I just need a second to collect myself.
Now you can hear somebody warning you before you do something terrible because you don't have your AirPods. Maybe it's for the better.
No, because you don't need that. AirPod Pros are transparent hearing. So I was able to... I could hear, like, people talking to me and cars honking their horns and the sounds of everything outside of me. So it was perfect for wearing while I was making deliveries. And it's very likely somebody stole them because that's what it is. Somebody had to have stolen them because that shit just doesn't fall out. They're a little magnet... Son of a bit. I'm sorry, everybody. I need to make a phone call.
They weren't in the case. Okay, I thought maybe you didn't have the case either in your
No,
pocket.
they weren't in the case. I'm sorry. I need to make a phone call. Everybody, give me just a moment.
That fucking sucks. Also, it sucks for the fifth. I would take the pods, but not the case. The case is like the integral part of modern earphones. What the shit? How are we doing, chat?
No, they took the AirPods. I still have the case.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's really fucking stupid. It's much easier to just pocket the case.
They couldn't have done that because I had the case attached to my keychain.
Ah, okay, I see. I have knockoff earphones that are also wireless in my hand right now, I suppose. They're nice. Would they fall out? Yeah, I'm shaking them right now. They won't fall off with all the kinetic energy of me shaking them upside down. So I assume Void is correct. That they wouldn't just fall out of the case. You can pair them to a new case easily? Yeah, probably, maybe. But it's still like an expense. I suppose with AirPods, with it being branded, it's much easier to buy a new case than with my off-brand piece of shit. Where it's just much more convenient to just buy a whole set if this one breaks or something. Yeah, you need the case to charge them. Well, we'll see. You could probably also flog them on eBay with I lost the case for that matter. Yeah, probably. That is a possibility. Well, that sucks either way. Is anything? Also, on the topic of like feeling betrayed and robbed, nothing that bad happened to me, but I wanted to start ordering stuff from a local company that is like they call it a recipe box, I suppose. I've seen a lot of advertisements for HelloFresh on YouTube, and I figured, hey, maybe a company like that is in Poland. And there was, and they bankrupted a year ago, and they've been active for 3 years. And when I want to like ease my workload on cooking a bit, they're fucking gone. Their website went down, I think, yesterday. So, rip.
Okay. I'm
F's
back.
in the chat.
Fortunately, I was able to leave a message.
Okay.
My concern is that maybe they either don't have cameras or their feeds of the cameras might have been deleted after 24 hours.
Okay. Vivek feels betrayed
I
because
need
I
to
dropped
unmute
today
the television.
because
I'm sorry. I'm back now.
no, I mean I had sound. I don't know about them.
No, I needed
Yeah.
to unmute the television because I was making sure, like, you chatting with chat or the game wasn't interrupting. I apologize there, everybody. But I needed to take care of that while it was on my mind.
Vivek's neighbors filled up both blue rubbish bins, their ones and his one. That sucks. We have like communal bins for the entire block, so that's more manageable. But the plastic one was overflowing today.
That's some bullshit, V-Fig. So spare cases are reasonably available, but you could probably also flog them on eBay with I lost the case for that matter. Yeah, and the problem is that there was a couple in there and a shit kid came through and there was somebody else in there that I don't remember, so I'm thinking it's likely that they got swiped. And if they didn't get swiped, they would have had to have fallen out of the case in my pocket somehow. I didn't put them anywhere else. That was the only time they were off my person. Yeah. So it's extremely likely that somebody walked up and swiped them when they shouldn't have.
Like, I have off-road pieces of shit and I shook them upside down for dramatic effect and they won't fall out of the case, which is also magnetic, so I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, it just hit me that somebody probably swiped them.
That sucks. Well,
It's
let's go.
frustrating is what it is, because they were banking on not getting caught, and they probably aren't, but so help me God, if I can, I'm gonna fucking bust their asses. Anyway, let's continue. Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
I look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
Grandiose remarks, I felt kind of betrayed and robbed. This Sunday when I was doing a quest in a world where you need to get wyvern's eggs from the forest map, I had to spend 30 minutes trying to find them and dodge any big monsters because I did not want to spend a whole ton of time on them. And I still didn't find them or understand where to search for them.
F. I don't even remember that.
Can't you deliver those to sub-camps, though, or they're not item boxes at those sub-camps for you to deliver to? Do you have to go back to the main camp just like...
No, he didn't even find the eggs themselves, let alone delivering them anywhere.
I wonder why he couldn't find them. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry, Grandiose. I did try playing World again the other day when I was visiting my mom yesterday, and man, I can't go back after the wire bugs now. I need that Z-axis verticality.
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
I can't save.
Nope.
Okay. Come on. Pass! Yes!
Gone.
Good. I wanted to make sure we got this.
I mean, it's a white check. You could retry it later.
I know. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Motherfucker. That hurt to do.
The fact that it's the reptilian brain doing this voice really makes me really glad that it's not the standard voice for like all your inner voices, because it makes it really stand out. It's really good.
Takes one to know one.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Kobo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your...
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
Imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me Give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up, copperoony Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Rooney is obviously not who I am.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Could I really be Harry?
You can be anything you want to be, brother Copo.
There we go. Who was it that brought up Harry? Was it Grandiose or V-Fig?
It was Vifig, and I remember him saying that, oh, it was just randomly generated. It was a very smooth dodge out of that last time we streamed.
Very interesting that I managed to pull it up as well.
It's not random. It's always Harry.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Well,
you
do
lied
you
to me.
think-
Okay.
Yes. Do you think they would do this many voiced clips for different names?
I don't know.
Then you said
yes.
you were saying melodrama, serious melodrama. It is serious melodrama.
I was gonna say we're doing this playthrough like it's an actual cop drama. Sorry, we're doing this playthrough like it's a cop drama from the 90s or the early 2000s, not as of late where it's turned into cartoon, tabloid-esque cop dramas.
Vivek said he said it happened to be Harry because you can take password, decide to stick with a different name, right? Yeah, that's true.
And ignore all mentions. Yeah, no, that's what I meant, Tidu. I was saying like, no, it's not randomly generated. I was saying that.
Okay.
I was figuring Harry was one you could get of like, you know, multiple.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll worry about it later. I know what you're getting at though. Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Twin Peaks is serious melodrama, and I will not accept any other explanations.
Sorry?
Well, I said we were doing Twin Peaks, and Twin Peaks was serious melodrama, and I do not accept any other interpretation of that show.
I would say that's what we're going for. We're definitely going for more of a Twin Peaks vibe than God, what would be the appropriate something? We're going more Twin Peaks and less something like that sci-fi show Happy starring Christopher Maloney or what's a cop drama that plays it very loose and black in the comedy. We're not doing like Dead Like Me, though Dead Like Me has moments of getting very, very deep and dramatic. God, there's gotta be something else. We're also not playing it as dry as fucking Criminal Minds either, I would say. Anyway, who killed you?
Love did me in, brother Copo. It was love all along.
Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
Doing what?
Looking at my face. Motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Maybe this will lead to something? Something indescribable, unforeseen. Miraculous?
The clown leaps on the corpse of you to smile. The face rotates before you slowly.
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
Grant is asking Chris Malone, the happy one? And I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that's the guy. Chris Maloney being the guy who was essentially, when he left, that's when people remark that SVU started to go south. Pat is completely telling the truth, by the way, when he says that SVU is good. When Christopher Maloney and a couple other people were still on that show, it was as hardcore and good as Homicide, NYPD Blue, and the original Law & Order. And the original Law & Order, when it wasn't doing purely episodic stuff, was super fucking compelling.
I don't know. Law and Order exists as this kind of procedural that sometimes gets every other season adapted here or like translated.
It's a very
we have our own garbage.
Show. If I had to advise, though, the crime drama to go with, in terms of it staying consistent and on point, I'm going to recommend Criminal Minds as the one that people look into. It's also the most engaging and fulfilling. Anyway, I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
A deep sea creature.
No, not quite. Be fair now.
A baby affected with harlequinism.
You sure wrinkled out of that one, Coppolini.
Enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
That's completely different from what is written.
I was gonna say, I was confused.
I can
Squint
come back
take a
and look
step
at the
back.
difference.
Sorry?
Oh, I just want to say you can come back and look into this face anytime you want.
As
Humor
you
yourself
narrow
with
your
the hard
eyes,
pictures.
the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink, thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead.
He's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
You alive there, Void?
Hmm?
You alive there?
Yes.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
The girl yells.
I cover my nose. Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
Oh, that's graphic.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death. You know what?
I mean, you can.
Goddamn right, I'm a F gamer word.
Malicious laughter erupts in the yard. Sounds like seagulls.
Why do seagulls?
Teddy's a...
Why
The
do
lieutenant's
seagulls
face
count
is
as the
made
game?
of stone.
I think he was up right after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Yep, seems like a lynching to me.
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
Back up and catch my breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
He stops to think, then checks his notes.
I step back and have another look first.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
I have something I need to know, Corpse Man.
Of course. You have questions, don't you? The power of your imagination is at your service.
Or I guess I don't.
Come back later, Coppo.
Yep,
Amuse
the preliminary
yourself with
examination
my
is
frank
done.
manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Let's get him down from there.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Strange for perception, huh?
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
We could saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, I guess that's dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Maybe we could shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
The enthusiasm is demonstrate.
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch, that's a good spot to aim.
There, the buckle holds the belt together.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah,
corrects his
now
glasses.
we're talking. Entertain the Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst that could happen?
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence. With his elbow sharp.
Oh
the
my
lieutenant
God!
Unzips his jacket
He's gonna do it!
and produces a lightweight firearm.
Oh my God!
A paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge
Here we go, everybody.
5 tucks.
Hope you're ready.
That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzle loader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Shoot that motherfucker down!
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
It's okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Clad.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Can I have a gun? Maybe I should try.
It's bad
Oh
as
boy.
it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
He pauses, then shrugs and proceeds to load the pistolet.
Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
The piece shines in his outstretched hand.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
I take the gun.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani boika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
I feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
I just love these things freaking out in chat.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger.
I point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Well,
Shut up, kid!
Or what? me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
I close my left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Here we go, guys. Let's hope it works.
Nope.
Oh, no!
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulko.
Well,
I start crying. No.
all these options are horrible, to be perfectly
Oh,
honest.
no. Oh, no. Start crying. I'm sensitive.
It feels dry. Nothing comes out of you as you stretch and bend your face into a crying shape. You're too furious to cry, apparently.
Try harder. Try really hard to cry.
The lieutenant watches you jerk some tears, your shoulders shaking and your eyes dry. The gun begins to slip from your fingers.
You malota. The can't even cry.
The lieutenant gently
Back here, I'll
takes
be
his
fucking
gun
right,
from
kid.
your hand and holsters it.
We still need to get him down somehow.
His tongue is growing tired now. The stench makes him turn away from the corpse.
But how?
The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too.
How do we get inside the harbor?
From the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
He looks around.
To the gates. Let's fight, I say. To the gates. But we negotiate.
Let's get to it then.
And we've got a foot. Yellow foot. This was like spoiled meat and curly dairy, a human being decomposes. Press tab. There we go. We can finally see him.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
I'm gonna get an exact count.
What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
What kind
That's
of boots?
unfortunate.
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant, workers' boot tracks.
Noted.
The lieutenant takes out his little notebook. But yeah, that's it for now. Unfortunate. Well, I would ask us to slowly wrap up in like 10 minutes.
Sure. You know what? Let's call it here because I feel like there's enough time left in the day that we could get one more major activity done. And the whole entire next session could also be spent around.
I mean, you could turn the lights on in the kinema and check the clipboard out. We can finish
Oh,
it up.
yeah, that too. Let me do that then.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Hey, Kim, how do I turn on the headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He turns the preheater on, waits, takes out his keys and says,
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canada comes to life.
Sorry, what did you say?
It comes to life with whiny glow!
I press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
I close the door and leave.
Yeah, you need to stand in there and interact with the clipboard there. Oh no, it's a fault actually.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a lot of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
I look at the shimmering street grid.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Wait a minute. I look around myself.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime, two men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
That's a good one.
That's a really fucking good one.
Ah, Martinez.
He smells the air and says,
"Where are we on this map?" I point to the halogen map.
Let me see.
He takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Grandius, I swear to God, if you try and connect this to fucking Pathologic 2, I'm gonna fucking scream.
The two studios are apparently good friends, so...
Is this a Patho reference?
Everything is a fucking Potter reference. We cannot escape.
I'm never gonna be able to fucking escape it. Alright.
Right here.
He says his finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean.
Seems nice.
No, it does not.
The lieutenant says without optimism.
Look at the perforations.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
I tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
You mean it's all Pathologic 2?
Always has been.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
I count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about that last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
3? That's it?
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean? I point to the dots on the watermark.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant. Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
Oh no.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Wait, 18 years I've done this?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Probably a boring office job, same as everyone else.
No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even envy it. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
Is now a good time to pour one out for the fallen?
Definitely not.
So I'm a killer.
That's right. A killer of humans.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate.
And how do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective, or self-destructive than others.
He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
He points to real gardening gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
All right, let's get going.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
And now if you check your tasks, I think. On the
Whoa!
right, you've got stats. So, you've been a sorry cop 2 times, a worry cop 3 times, twice a communist, once an ultra-liberal, and you've got +3 on the good cop, bad cop. Binary, yes.
0 honor. I have no honor.
No honor. You must regain it. You must find the avatar.
Oh, I'm also thinking of, like, Worf from Star Trek.
Yeah. And there's the white checks that are available for trying.
Not for honor. Yeah.
But for you... Hey, Mikoi, we're about to wrap up, so if you just jumped in, sorry about that.
Yeah, apologies. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up relatively late today, but we got a lot done.
Yep. I mean, hey, it's 3 hours. I wouldn't say it's early.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty good. That's about how much time I want on each of these sessions, so we can cover a lot of content. But we're still on the first day!
These days are long. It's
Yes,
not
that's
pathologic
true.
for sure. I remember when I started playing this game, I said, okay, I'll play 1 day and then I'll get to work. I finished the first day on like 5 a.m. and I started at 8 p.m.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the first day clearly takes like 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah,
I can see how people can spend hundreds of hours playing this game.
for sure.
So, as I said, we'll be resuming Spirit Fair on Friday. Saturday.
Yep.
Expect that in the morning. I will
In
be...
the American morning, not
American
our
morning,
cool
yes.
mornings.
Not Slav morning. We'll be resuming Spirit Fair now that the Lily update is out and more story content is out as well. And that will alternate with next week being Yakuza on Wednesday. And let me check the calendar really quick to make sure I'm saying this right. Next week, Tuesday, will be Disco. And then probably what will happen is... well, no, because then I have to wait a whole entire 1, 2, 3, 4... I would have to wait 5 days to play the game, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to resist doing that. You know what? Since we have a lot of active regulars here at the moment, I don't know how much you guys are gonna want to chime in or care, but who would you rather see playing Village? Would you rather see it running off the streaming sort of functionality like I was doing with Yakuza at first, or would you rather see Tidu playing it?
Well, I would not be impartial here, so I'm gonna make myself a sandwich. Be right back.
Okay. Tidu will be back momentarily before we leave for good. V-Fig will be back for the next disco, at least. Yeah, the American playing the American game, I guess. I mean, it's not American, but it's clearly trying to cater to Americans to a degree.
And I'm back.
Mikolaj is saying he wants me to be the one playing it.
Okay, I'm alright. I guess I did a bad job last time.
No, you didn't do a bad job. You were just playing it really effectively, so they didn't get the entertainment of somebody fucking up and screwing up. Hell if I know. I mostly come for the commentary, so add me to the important part is you both saying stuff.
Yeah. That's fair.
Let me think. Tidu, I assume you don't want to be swamping yourself with 3 days of doing LPs next week.
Certainly not, no.
Okay. I would like to do Resident Evil 8 on stream, but I don't know how well that's going to work out. Discord link, hang on. Let me...
Oh, yeah, you still fixed it.
Yeah, because it's broken, and I don't know how to put it on there. Invite people. Copy. Let me paste it into chat. And there you go. We'll figure it out. I'll update the schedule, or you can check my pinned tweet. I will make some post on there. Riot's new fighting game uses NFTs. I'm sorry, what?
What? What the
Earn
fuck?
and battle with NFTs as digital items?
Is this like Cooking Mama with the fucking blockchain for the DRM?
Oh my god.
Oh, this is the worst. This is actively the worst.
Imagine you could waste a lot of energy doing nothing useful. That's NFTs. You know what? That is the most unbiased and neutral take you could have on it. You know, I'm not one to jump in on that resource wasting bandwagon. I know that's a concern. But I also know my bigger concern is that the energy being wasted on it could be used on something more important. That's my beef with NFTs. And also the fact that, you know, they're being highly capitalized upon by grifters. Like
of course they are.
Like a certain piece of shit artist last night fucking slapping a metallic gold texture onto a 3D model of Chadwick Boseman's head.
That was royalty free, yeah.
Yep. So, good on you, dude. You're not a fucking artist. You're a fucking hack, fraud, thief. Anyway, I've deviated enough. Where can people find you, Tidu?
In the dumpster, but also Tidu's last minute essays on YouTube, at KidSmithPro on Twitter. How about you, fellow gentlemen?
They can find me at Space Between All and at here on Twitch on Council Mechanica, because sometimes I solo stream.
Sometimes, indeed.
Sometimes. And
He's streaming New Replicant right now. Watch that.
I'm doing what?
New Replicant right now.
Yes, I'm streaming that on and off. I don't stream the whole entire thing, but I stream some parts here and there.
Wait, what the fuck?
What?
So, sorry, I checked my channel analytics and the Sleeping Dogs video had 100 views over the past like 3 hours for some reason.
I wonder why.
What happened?
Which video?
The Sleeping Dogs one.
The
It's a
what?
pretty old one. Sleeping Dogs.
Oh,
Poppers
Sleeping
that nap.
Huh. I wonder why that's had such a spike in views. Maybe somebody linked you on a social media page.
Maybe. It's very likely, actually.
You can find us there. We're on our Twitter account, so you can find us in the Discord. Feel free to badger us on the Discord. We'll definitely be game to talk. We'll see you Saturday for Spirit Fair, and then Monday for more disco, and then maybe we're gonna squeeze Village into the streaming schedule. Otherwise, we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.